Hello and welcome. Today we're going to learn how to quickly create a donation form using Payment Page Builder. To start off, you will first need to find your login credentials in your email. You should have received these when you signed up for your merchant account with FirstPay. Once you have your credentials with you, let's log into the system at secure.goemerchant.com. On the login screen, we will have to add in the Transaction Center ID, your username, and your password that you should have received again in your email. Once logged in, you're going to be taken to the Product Hub page. Here you can select the Payment Page Builder option. Payment Page Builder allows you to create customized, easy-to-use donation forms that you can embed or use as standalone pages, accept both credit card and ACH payments, and also set up recurring donations. So let's get started. On this screen, there are two options: accept payments or take donations. For our purpose, we're going to choose take donations. There are 4 sections to building a form: general, design, custom fields, and advanced. Let's start with the first step, which is to type in a page name. This is an internal page name, so you can keep it as whatever you like. I'm going to call it Donation Form 1. Again, you have the option of switching between payment or donation page. For example, we're going to stick with the donation page option. Next up is labels. These are field labels that your donors will see. They're already preset, but if you like, you can also customize them, just how I changed the Give Now label to Donate. Next up is the orientation of preset donation amounts. You can have them displayed vertically or horizontally on your form. I'm going to add in 10, 50, and 100 and show it horizontally on the form. Next up is page style. Single checkout page is when you only want one page where the donor hits submit and they see the result on the same page. 2-page checkout is when the donor hits submit, they're taken to another page, which is results page, and then there's also an option of a 3-page checkout. For my example, I'm going to choose a 2-page checkout, and that's always something that we recommend. Moving on to payment details, here you need to link your FirstPay credit card account where the money is going to be deposited. Once you've set up an account with us, these should be automatically populated. The drop-down list will contain all the accounts that are available for you to use. Similarly, if you have ACH with us, you just select the ACH account from the drop-down list as well. You can also enter a minimum amount accepted for another amount that the donor might want to pay. I don't want to set a minimum amount, so I will just leave this field as blank. Moving on to introduction message. This is the subheading of the form. You can have it as a paragraph or a single sentence, whatever you like. You can talk about your organization or the purpose of this donation. I'm just going to write 2 sentences. Thank you for supporting our organization. Your donation will help us to have a real impact in the world. You can also edit this text as you like, such as convert that from paragraph to a heading. You can change the font size, or the color, or the orientation of the text. So we've got a bunch of ways of making this look just the way you want it to look. You can also add bullet points if that's something you want to do. Next up is approval message that is shown on the results page once they've hit submit and the transaction is successful. I'm just going to say thank you for your generous donation. We have successfully received the payment. Next up is declined message. This, of course, happens if the credit card or an ACH payment did not go through. For example, I'm just going to say, sorry, we were not able to process your card. Could you please try again? This field has the same text editing options as above. Moving on to the miscellaneous options. Here we've got a bunch of options for you to select from. I'm going to require the email address because that's what I need required. You can display the full name as one field or first name and last name as separate fields. You can also send receipt on approval to the customer, and you can select the subject of this email, the top message, and the bottom message. To set up recurring donations, select the Enable Frequency option and choose what frequencies you would like to offer your donors. I'm going to choose weekly, bi-weekly, and monthly, but there are all these options that you can choose from. Next up is enabling frequency plans. This is if you want to allow the donor to set up a recurring end date. You can also just select none if you do not want to offer them an option to select an end date. Moving on to the next building block, which is design. Here, we will design our form, such as the background color, adding in a title for the form, etc. Firstly, background color. You can select any background color from the RGB pick list. If you have the RGB color number, you can also just type that in. Text color is the color of the field labeled on the form. Same as background color setting, you can select one from the pick list or add in the color number in the field. Header design is the field to enter the header of the form, or you can also call it the title of the form. This will be shown to your donors. I'm going to say give now to keep it simple and change the style to heading. I will also increase the size a bit so it stands out. Footer design is to add in any footer text to your page. I'm going to keep it blank as I don't want a footer, but if you want to add more text about your organization, this is also a great place to do so. Next up is social media sharing options. Adding social media sharing and Facebook like buttons to your page is a great way to exponentially multiply the number of people exposed to your cause. Choose from the major social media sites by selecting the checkbox for each one. Start with providing a custom URL to share. This option provides the flexibility to point traffic to any website or Facebook page rather than to the donation payment page. Fill in the entire URL such as www.yourdomain.com. When using this option, keep in mind that Facebook will inspect your specified website page and determine the best manner in which to represent it by arbitrarily selecting an image and description. To control the Facebook selection process, it's necessary to add Facebook Open Graph support to your website. You can find more information in the description below. Enter a description. This option is useful for when you do not wish to share an external URL and would like to give a description about your payment page. Choose this option if you wish to point the traffic to the donation payment page. Users who click on their friends' newsfeed links or posts will be able to click directly to your donation payment page. The description should be concise and explain the donation payment page purpose and cause. Check the box next to each social media for sharing which you'd like to enable sharing for. Facebook Like allows users to like your payment page on their Facebook page. Facebook Send allows users to share the page on their Facebook wall and newsfeed. Google Plus allows users to share this page on the Google Plus profile and newsfeed. Twitter allows users to tweet and share a link to your page. LinkedIn allows users to share this page in their LinkedIn newsfeed. Blogger allows users to share a link to your page in their Blogger blog. And email, of course, allows users to email a link to your page. After you've made a selection, click Save or Save and Exit. Moving on to the third building block, which is custom fields. Custom fields can be added as you wish. To set custom fields up, click Add New Field, and a pop-up box will appear. Select the type, label, value, and requirement of the field. The field type allows a selection to be made for a text box, text area, checkbox, or pull-down menu. The field placement option allows you to determine where this field should go on your page. There are several options such as above submit button, top of the amount frequency section, bottom of that section, top of the billing information section, and so on. Under required, select yes if you'd like it to be a required field and no if you do not want it to be a required field. Set the field label as the label for your field. The field value is the value that you would like to be reflected. And at the end, just click Save to save changes. You also have the ability to add up to 2 statements of information that your customers can agree to, such as terms of conditions, disclosures, etc. They will have the opportunity to acknowledge by checking a box. To set one up, in the Agreements and Disclosures section, enter a name for an agreement or disclosure in the label section. In the large text box, enter the agreement. If it is required that your customers agree to this, check the box that says Required. And finally, click Save or Save and Exit to save your changes. Lastly, let's move on to the Advanced Area section. These settings are for those with some HTML and JavaScript coding experience. The advanced area allows you to select the code to use as a button builder to place into your existing website with the ability to change the button color. The HTML code can be copied and pasted to your existing site as an iframe, or it can also be linked. To learn more, please check out our product guide. The link to the guide is shown in the description below. Moving on, there are two options for you to share your form. The first, you have the ability to embed your payment page into an existing website with an iframe. To do so, just copy the code in the HTML to embed this page in an existing site text area and paste it into your website. Second option is that you can just share the link to your page if you do not wish to embed it into any website. You also have the ability to add custom CSS and JavaScript code to your payment page. To do so, add the code to the respective custom CSS or custom JavaScript text area. This is useful for adding additional styles or making changes to the existing page. Click Save when changes are configured. When you are finished making changes, you must manually put your page live so that your changes are visible to the public. To do so, click Save and Exit at the bottom of your payment page editor. You may also click Go Back in the top navigation. You will see all your payment pages listed below the banner image. Next to the one you'd like to make live, just click Make it live. Your changes are now live. You may click Visit Live Page to see the live page. And if you do want, you can also continue editing your page at any time. And now our donation page is ready to accept donations. If you have any further questions, please look at our product guide, which is available in the link provided in the description below. Thank you and have a great day.